The Beverly Hillbillies.
I'm ready, Granny. Who we fighting?
We's going down to the beach to help fight off the Grunions.
Well, who's the Grunions?
I don't know, but Mr. Drysdale says they's coming in from the ocean tonight to invade California.
Ready, Granny?
Where's your weapon?
Right here.
You can't bring down no enemy with a slingshot.
I can't, son.
You can't neither.
I can't.
You can't. Can't.
Whoa, wait a minute. Now, stop that. We can't have no bickering amongst ourselves. We got to fight together against the Grunion.
Who's the Grunions, pal?
Them's the folks that's fixing to invade California.
Mr. Drysdale showed us the newspaper headline. It said, Grunion coming tonight. Huge invasion predicted.
He was all dressed up in his uniform, toting a gun, ready to fight.
It must be a desperate situation when an old-timer like Mr. Drysdale has to fight.
There, I gave a brilliant performance, Miss Thompson. I convinced the Clampetts that a state of emergency exists. A military crisis. We're being invaded by Grunion.
Don't they know that Grunion are fish?
Of course not. Now, if Mark Templeton dares quit the Navy, they'll brand him a coward and never speak to him again.
Why don't you want him to quit the Navy?
Because the moment he gets out, he plans to spend $48 million of Jed Clampett's money on oceanography research.
But that's such a marvelous cause.
Anything that takes $48 million out of my bank is no marvelous cause. Now, that's the kind of talk that got Miss Hathaway fired, so watch it.
Miss Hathaway resigned.
Well, it can get you fired. How's that?
I'm not afraid of you, Mr. Drysdale. One word from me to Mr. Clampett, and your goose is cooked.
That's blackmail. You know, you have a very unscrupulous side to you. And I like that. We could work very well together. Now, hide this newspaper. Oh, it worked beautifully. The Clampetts think Grunion are fierce, warlike people from the island of Grun.
Jethro, you load up the truck and fetch it around front.
Yes, sir.
Here, boy, place this up front. It'll inspire the California folks to see their colors flying.
Granny, I ain't just sure that that is the official state flag.
Jed, this is Southern California.
Right you are.
And don't forget to load up the victuals I got ready in the kitchen.
Yes, ma'am.
Ellie, you ride shotgun on them victuals. They'll never get to the truck.
Yes, sir. And you and Jethro put my big cooking kettle in the truck, too.
Yes, sir, Granny.
If this is a long siege, we might have to live off the land, like Mosby's Raiders.
Could be.
Look, Jed, who's that a-coming?
Strange-looking contraption they're driving.
Maybe it's a Grunion. Maybe they've done landed.
We'll soon find out.
It's Miss Jane.
Howdy, Miss Jane. What happened to your pretty red car?
It's in the garage. Mr. Drysdale had it repossessed.
Oh, that ought to put it in A1 shape.
What kind of a car is that?
It's a dune buggy, Granny. It's made especially to drive through soft sand.
You going to the desert?
No, the beach.
The beach.
Have you heard the Grunion is coming?
Yes, that's one of the reasons I'm going.
Are you going all by yourself?
Yes?
Ain't you scared?
Certainly not. Thousands of Southern Californians will be flocking to the beaches tonight in pursuit of the elusive Grunion.
Well, good for them. We's going, too.
Yeah, the young'uns are loading up the truck right now.
It's a good idea to stake out an area early. By sundown, the beaches will be dotted with campfires.
Would you like to come with us, Miss Jane? Might not be safe for a woman alone.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett, but I've taken a little place at Malibu. You're welcome to make it your headquarters.
Fine and dandy.
Together we'll learn them Grunions a lesson they'll never forget.
Bravo! See you at the beach.
Oh, Miss Jane, how will we know your place?
Well, it's a little gray shack that stands all alone at the south end of Malibu. This dune buggy will be parked on the lee side. Bye.
See you there.
There goes a spunky little woman.
I wonder what part of Dixie she comes from.
How you know she's from Dixie?
She's spunky. She's defending the south end of Malibu. Her headquarters is Confederate grave, and she's parking her car on the Robert E. Lee side. If that don't spell Dixie, there ain't no cotton in Carolina.
Here comes the young'un.
Oh, Jed, forgot the medical bag.
You get everything?
Yes, sir, Pa.
We even throwed on tools and blankets in case we have to dig in for the night.
It's good to be prepared.
Where's Granny?
He'll be out directly.
Hurry up, Granny, let's go.
Anxious to hit the beach, huh, boy?
Yeah, we can't eat till we get there.
You can rest easy, folks. You got your own medic.
Hop on, Uncle Jed. Let's go.
Just a minute, boy. Before we starts in the battle with them fierce warlike Grunions, let's have a few words from our leader.
Oh, Granny, you know I ain't no hand at speeching.
Oh, please, Jed. Mosby always said a few inspiring words to his troops just before battle.
Come on, Pa.
There's them that say this ain't our quarrel. We ain't California folks born and bred. But I say this state has been mighty good to us. And when the trouble starts, we ain't about to run and hide. That's enough talking. Let's get to fight.
And eat.
Look out, Grunion! Here we come!
Greetings, Helen.
Miss Hathaway, I didn't recognize you for a moment. How are you?
Never happier. First vacation I've had since I went to work for old Scrooge. Here, these are for you, Helen.
What is it?
Grunion. I remember saying you'd never seen one, and these were left in my freezer from the last run.
So this is a grunion. Rather like smelt, aren't they? Quite small.
Yes, takes about a dozen of them to make a meal.
Thanks ever so. I'll put these in the fridge down the hall.
Oh, let me do it for you. I have to go anyway.
I'm sorry you missed old Grump Grump.
Me too. No, in spite of everything, I still have a warm spot in my heart for the chief. Where is he?
Oh, he's in the garage, auctioning off your car.
The warm spot just froze over.
What's going on in here? Who's this hobo?
It's Miss Hathaway.
Oh, well, you've fallen on hard times since you left me.
No, I haven't.
Oh, yes, you have. I just sold your car for $25.
$25? Well, that car's worth thousands.
That was the highest bid.
Who bought it?
I did.
Where are we, Jethro?
Brinkley's in Malibu.
North Malibu or South Malibu?
I don't know.
Well, which direction is we going?
I don't know that either.
Jethro, you don't know nothing.
I do so.
You don't neither.
I do.
Don't.
Hold on. Don't you two start again. We's here to fight Grunions, not amongst ourselves.
Well, Pal, I don't see nobody toting guns.
Me neither.
It must be North Malibu. Them Yankees is gonna surrender without a fight.
Hey, how about we stop and eat?
No, first I think that we ought to pick out the stretch of beach that we're going to defend and dig in.
Oh, how about right here?
I ain't defending the Yankee end of Malibu.
I don't think it'd be many Grunion come here anyway. There's too many people. They'd probably pick out a lonely stretch of beach for their invasion.
Them's wise words, Jim. We got us a good leader.
And a hungry driver.
Looks like there's the lonely stretch of beach up ahead there, Pa.
Yeah, let's stop there and unload.
Don't you think we ought to try and find Miss Jane's Confederate headquarters first?
Be hard to see from the road, Granny. We'll scout along the beach after we dig in. There, that ought to do it.
We can hold off them grunions real good from here.
Can we eat now?
Wait a minute. The fort ain't finished until our flag is up. There. When them Grunions see that, they'll know they're in for a fight.
Can we eat now? Fighting makes me hungry.
We ain't done no fighting. Just digging. cooking.
Well, digging makes me hungry, too.
First, we gotta do some scouting.
Scouting really makes me hungry.
Everything makes you hungry.
I think eating makes him hungry.
Hey, let's try it and see.
Looks like we're in for a real battle.
Is they coming?
No, I mean keeping Jethro out of the victuals.
Oh, want me to throw him down and set on him, Pa?
You and who else?
Man, nobody.
That'll do. Now, first, we're going to split up and look for Miss Jane's shack. Granny, you and Jethro go that way. Ellie and me will go this way.
Let's go, Granny.
Put down the victuals.
They won't be safe.
Put them down, boy. Now, this safe.
Ease off, Jed.
Now, if anybody sees any grunions coming, give the old Indian danger call. We all scoot back to the fort.
Right. Have you got that, Jethro?
Got what?
What would you do if you heard a wild turkey call?
I'd shoot him and eat him.
Come on, super stomach, let's go.
Should we go, Pa?
Just a minute, Ellie. I want to take another look through the glass, see if I can spot any grunions coming. Uh-oh. I think I see one.
What's he doing, Pa?
He's just laying out there doggo in the water, paddling himself around on a little flat boat. Take a look.
I don't see him.
Keep a looking. Sometimes he kind of hides behind a wave.
Oh, I see him now. He don't appear to be toting no gun.
I figure he is a scout, Ellie. He's just laying out there spying on us.
Sure ain't wearing much clothes.
Yeah. Poor little grunner's probably half froze.
What you reckon we ought to do? When I should swim out there and yank him in?
No, Ellie. We let them make the first move. We'll just kind of check on him from time to time.
Ellie Mae, Mr. Clampett. Oh, I'm glad I found you.
Howdy, Miss Jane.
Granny and Jethro just took off down that way to look for your shack.
What a shame. It's this away.
Yeah, a little exercise won't hurt him.
What a clever idea. You've built a revetment for protection.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes the wind becomes quite brisk and cold. This will shield your fire.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We aim to fire at the grunion through these slots here.
Oh, no, Mr. Clampett. You don't shoot grunion.
You don't?
No, you capture them by hand.
Is that a fact?
I guess they're quite small and completely defenseless.
Don't they put up no fight?
Oh, they struggle at first when you grab them, but they're really not hard to handle.
And they just let you capture them?
Thousands of them are taken every time they come in.
Oh, they've been in here before, huh?
Oh, yes, for years and years.
Don't they never win?
Oh, some of them manage to escape back to the ocean, but most of them are just stranded on the beach.
And they just keep coming back?
Practically every full moon.
You know, it sounds to me like grunion ain't too smart.
But they're not. They're purely creatures of instinct with a tiny little brain.
Kind of wonder whether it was worthwhile coming down here.
Oh, you'll enjoy it. Grunion hunting is considered a great sport.
What do you do with them after you catch them?
Many people take them home.
Is that a fact?
Well, they make a delicious dinner.
Oh, they cooks good, does it?
Well, they fry especially well. Of course, it takes at least a dozen of them to make a meal.
That's not taking it home, Pa.
Oh, it's a matter of personal taste. Well, I must be dashing back. My place is just over that point yonder. Come see me.
Quick as Granny and Jethro gets back.
Well, tally-ho. Happy hunting.
Bye, Miss Jane.
See you later.
Well, Ellie, I'm afraid we ain't in for much of a scrap.
Sure sounds that way. Is that Grunion still out there, Pa?
Yep, there he is. They is the poorest boat builders. That thing ain't got no sides, and it looks slick as glass. Now the darn fool's trying to stand up on it.
Let me see, Pa.
Too late, he just fell off.
Them Grunions must be dumb as Jethro.
Ellie, if Jethro was to take his brain to the Isle of Grun, they'd make him king. Come on, let's go find some firewood.
We must have walked clean to Mexico and back.
We never did find Miss Jane's shack.
Well, it just happens that it's that way around that point yonder.
Well, let's go see her.
Oh, no, not me. I ain't taking another step on an empty stomach. Either feed me or shoot me.
Maybe know, victuals would set good with everybody right now.
I'll get busy.
Pa and me seen a Grunion.
You did?
Yes, ma'am. He's right out there in the water.
Point him out to me, Ellie, and I'll throw down on the rascal.
Now, hold it, Granny. Miss Jane says that you don't shoot Grunion.
You don't?
Oh, you got a hand fight 'em.
You're greening me.
No, that's right, Granny. They's puny little rascals, and they don't tote guns. So when they comes up on a beach, you just grab 'em.
What do you do with him?
Well, some folks takes 'em home and make servants out of 'em.
No.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Jane says they cooks real good.
Of course, they ain't in your class, Granny. You can womp up victuals all by yourself, but it takes 12 of them to make a meal.
I wouldn't want him around the house.
Yeah, it would kind of crowd the kitchen, and it'd spatter things up, it might. They mostly fries things.
Granny, you ought to see their boats. They ain't nothing but slippery boards.
And they don't ride 'em none too good, neither.
Sounds like them Grunions ain't got much going for him.
Is we gonna eat or is we gonna rap?
He's gonna eat, boy. Ellie, light my fire.
Yes, Granny.
Hold everything. The invasion is commenced.
Sure enough, Pa?
Yonder comes them Grunion riding their little boat.
Let me see, Jed. They must have claws on their feet. They's riding standing up.
Let me see, Granny. They short of boats, Pa. Some of them's coming in piggyback. You want this, Jethro?
Can I eat it?
Of course not.
Then I don't want it.
I reckon one of us ought to run down the beach and warn Miss Jane the Grunions is coming.
I'll go, Pa.
Is it safe?
When it comes to hand fighting, I'll put Ellie up against anything the island of Grun can throw at us.
I'll hurry back.
Jethro, are you gonna sit there and let your girl cousin do all the fighting?
I'm gonna sit here till I eat something.
Oh, all right. Here. You can gnaw on this ham hock whilst I'm fixing the stew. I gave Jethro a ham hock to gnaw on whilst... There it goes, bone and all.
Watch out for splinters.
Hey, didn't I see you out in the water riding that little boat?
Yeah,
Are you a Grunion?
a Grunion?
From the island of Grun.
No.
Oh, yes, you are. Drop that boat and defend yourself.
Look, I don't know what kind of a trip you're on, but I...
Now, let's have the truth. Are you a Grunion?
No,
Yes, you are. Confess now.
I'm not a Grunion.
This is your last chance. Are you a Grunion?
If you say I'm a Grunion, I'm a Grunion.
Did you paddle over here from the island of Grun?
Anything you say,
You surrender?
unconditionally.
Okay. You're my prisoner.
I declare them Grunion has got to be the poorest sailors that ever put to sea. They's falling off them little boats right and left.
Where, Jed?
You can't see 'em without the telescope.
Why, they is riding real good. Whoops! Whoops!
Hey, everybody, look what I got.
What is it, Ellie?
This here's a genuine Grunion from the island of Grun.
Well, doggy. Look at here, Jethro.
Ellie Mae done caught the first Grunion. What do you say to that?
Hey, can I have another ham hock?
No, you can't. Now, you get up. You ain't getting another bite to eat until you go catch yourself a Grunion. Now, get...
Oh. So you is a Grunion, huh?
Say something in Grun.
He talks American, Granny.
I figured that island must be close by if they can get here on them little boat.
Scrawny little thing.
Looks half starved.
Cold, too.
Here, this'll keep you warm. Are you hungry?
Yeah, man.
No. She's a girl. This is a man. Understand?
Yeah, man.
No, I'm not a man neither.
He don't know a woman when he sees one.
Maybe they don't have no women on the island of Grun.
It could explain why so many fellas leaves there and comes here.
Well, sit down, little fella, and I'll give you something to eat.
Excuse me, ma'am. Is you a Grunion?
A Grunion?
Please, just answer yes or no. I'm too hungry to beat around the bush.
I'm hungry myself, but this...
If you's a Grunion from the island of Grunt, we can go over yonder where Granny's fixing us a mess of victuals and have us the greatest supper you ever had in your whole life.
Like what?
Like ham hocks and chicken and gravy and beef stew and hot cornbread. You name it, we got it.
Ooh, you're turning me on.
Does that mean you're a Grunion?
From the island of Grunt. Let's eat.
How you doing, little Grunion?
This chicken is wild.
No, it's just your regular backyard chicken. Would you like some gravy?
Groovy.
On the island of Grun, they call gravy groovy.
Sure would like to get a look at that island. Oh, here comes Jethro, and he ain't empty-handed. What you got there, boy?
Granny, this here is a girl Grunion.
Well, there goes the reason for the fellas leaving.
You want something to eat, girl Grunion?
Groovy.
They loves that stuff.
I could use some chicken and groovy myself.
Well, sit down, everybody. We'll all eat.
Hi there. I'm a girl Grunion. What are you?
I'm a boy Grunion.
They can't even tell each other apart.
It is pitiful. Just pitiful. Pitiful. Downright pitiful.
Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here?